Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Dan United, Bryan Brigade. Unite. We've got Wolfie. Happy Friday, everybody. Happy
I was
Friday.
mid-saluting. You did your stupid...
I saw it as soon as I did the entrance. I saw your arm go up. I thought he's either saluting or he's flipping me the bird. How are you, mate? Thanks for coming on.
It's Friday, man. It's been a long week. I was going to say a long day.
Trust. It has been horrendous this week. I don't know how everybody in the chat is. I don't know if you've survived the week. I salute each and every one of you. Well done, because it has been a humdinger this week. Now, look, mate.
I know this isn't football related, right? But do you want me to tell you a little story? I haven't told you this yet.
Go.
I haven't told this on air. So, I got my new, what do the kids call it now? Whip, right? Car, apparently, right? So 3 weeks ago, 2 days into having my car, my dad calls me up and he's like, yo, I need you, can you run me to the garage? His car was in for a service or something. I was like, all right, fine. So I picked him up, went to the service, I went to the thing, dropped him off because he was collecting his car. He goes, just give me a minute. He goes, I'll give you a thumbs up that all's clear and what have you, right? So I was like, okay, no worries. And this is out my way. I never usually go this way. Anyway, so he comes out like 3 minutes later, gives me the thumbs up. I drive off. I'm driving down the road. The car's quick, man, right? And I'm driving, and then I look to my left, 200 yards up. There's a mobile speed camera unit sitting there on there. Windows open, blazing. Like I look down. I'm like, oh, I'm doing 38, and I was like, shit. And I was like, and then there's a 2-week rule in there on tickets. Yeah. So it got to this Monday and I started out a ticket, and this happened like 2 and a bit weeks ago on the Friday. And I was like, I'm in the clear. Tuesday. Here comes the letter. 12:46. You've been caught speeding. I was like, oh, great. But I looked at the picture and I was like, how they got the back of my car? Because like I was driving this way, so they were on my left. I was like, surely, unless they fired it from the front, but by then I'd already hit the you know what you do, you hit the emergency stop and what happened.
Correct.
I was like, that's weird. Next day, that's the number 2 comes in.
Oh shit! 2 and 2.
Bro, they clocked me. So like, this is like where they were, right? I drove past them. My dad's place was 200 yards up the road. Dropped him off, turned round. And they clocked me on the way back doing 39.
Double whammy.
The time, I'm not even joking you, Dan. It says 12:45 for the first one, 12:51 for the second one. Have you ever heard of someone getting done by the same camera?
They know you've got a new kitchen. They're thinking this guy can spend. This guy can spend the money. The guy can spend the money.
So yeah. Good week, man. Good week.
Oh, mate, fantastic. And look, at the end of the day, I've not had one yet. I drive very safely in the Merc, and I've not had one. Danielle had one years ago, but I've never had one. Touch wood. So,
bro, my missus, it was like freaking her birthday or something. Man, she was like, if I did this. She goes, I've never heard of anyone getting caught twice by the same speed camera. If I did this, you'd be lecturing.
Correct. I get lectured by Danielle all the time with my driving. She likes to remind me all the time. Anyway,
we're here for football.
Football,
technically, I was going to save this for a Spurs stream. I was going to say I got more points in 5 minutes than Spurs have had at home all season. But anyway.
Hey. It's been. Do you know something though, Wolfie? It's like I was talking to a guy at work today because I said I've got Wolfie coming on to the show tonight. How different our seasons have gone from that game, the last game. Like you think there are the similarities. We've both changed managers, which means we've both changed systems within the season. I mean, we can all do the banter and everything, but like you didn't expect this season, did you?
At what stage are you asking me? Didn't I expect it?
Then I don't think anyone expected you guys to be where you were.
When we played you, who was the manager? I can't even remember, bro.
It was Dyche. It was Dyche.
Was it Dyche?
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, we were crap. What was the score? 2-2. Oh yeah, you
2-2.
cheated. You cheated. Yeah, Ahmed was offside. He handled the ball. We didn't get a penalty. I remember it. It's coming back to me. It's coming back to me, man. Did I expect this season? At the start of the season, no, was the honest answer. After we beat Brentford 3-1 on the opening day of the season, I was looking at the table thinking, man, if we just kept a clean sheet, we'd have been top of the league and we're going for trophies. And then here we are, man. Here we are. Been cooked all week. Well, I said I've been cooked all week. I mean, come on. Like, that cooking on Monday was so bad.
I was sat there watching Charlie, and because chat, if you don't know, Charlie's the Chelsea fan. If you don't watch Football's 12th Man, and I was expecting biblical from him, and it was lukewarm. It was everything that you know Charlie does. To be fair, I mean, Charlie is in no place to cook anybody. Charlie is a chef without arms. He can't cook. He just can't cook. There is no way, not with his club. And I was listening to him and I was thinking, just at least add some substance to it. And, to be fair, out of everybody you went round, you left me to it. I think mine was quite respectful, tongue in cheek. No different to what you
did call me Dr. Evil, so I didn't get round to re-kicking you about. I was going to say, well, that must make you my mini-me, mate.
Hey, hear me out, dude. Dr. Evil is a good bad guy. You are the bad guy.
Steve, you're right. Steve, you're right. They're all bullies on there. You know what's funny is like the persona people must have of us is say I must be the annoying idiot that no one can stand, right? That like digs at everyone's club. Offline, bro. We don't do that stuff. It's only Charlie, man. It's only Charlie.
We've had it several times where we've had to literally be. I remember messaging you, Wolfie, a couple of times saying, "Dude, we're getting called bullies here. We need to be careful." Because the thing is, people do not see what Charlie is like in the chat. So they see him go on the 12th man. They see him sit there, take all of this stuff at him, and I think people generally think this poor lad in WhatsApp. He is a demon. Like, he will absolutely fly at everyone. So nobody feels sorry for him. He knows what he's doing. He's very good.
But Charlie is the nicest guy in real life. He's like cuddly and stuff, right? But he is the definition of a keyboard warrior.
Absolutely.
Definition of a keyboard warrior.
He does it all the time. He does it all the time. So obviously, look, Premier League status is secure. That's fine. We won't talk about the Villa game, but
thank you.
I've seen news this week that it looks like Pereira might get the job for full time. Yeah. Your thoughts on that? Is that a good thing?
I think it's a good thing. Look, I'm gonna get like pelters when I put the video out tomorrow about it because there was links with Marco Silva coming to Forest. There's no secret Marinakis loves Marco Silva. And I
didn't he have Marco Silva?
Sorry? Yeah. At Olympiacos, won the league with him and everything. I say everything. I mean, he did what he could do, right? I have always liked Marco Silva as a manager, and I think he would be perfect for Forest. Okay, so would I have sacked Pereira and changed him? The answer is no. But would I have changed Pereira for Marco Silva? I have to be honest with what I say, and my answer is yes, just because I felt like he and Forest would work so well together. Like if he had an owner that would give him money instead of these Arsenal rejects that they always end up getting and stuff, this guy would absolutely cook. So I would like that. Does that mean I want Pereira out? Absolutely not, man. And I don't know. I've had it in my comments. Like I did the video the other day on it saying Silva's been linked. Would I do it? Yeah, I would. And I thought, why would you want Pereira to be? Why are you Pereira out and all this? I'm like, I ain't Pereira out. I'm not Pereira out. And I tried to make the example. I don't know if you saw us on Potts yesterday, where I said, look, Chris Wood. I love Chris Wood, but if you gave me Haaland, I would drop Chris Wood for Haaland. And then obviously they were like, how are you comparing Haaland to Marco Silva? There's no... I'm like, forget the names. This is just like the analogy I'm giving you here.
You say these shows, Wolfie. I'm not big time enough. I'm only on a Monday at the moment.
You'll be on more than me next season.
Let's go through some of the comments quickly. There's a few of you in here. Danny Boy, good to see you. He says, evening all, it's Carrick, buzzing for the weekend.
We need to talk about that.
I want to speak to you about that in a second. Giles says, sounds like Baleba is coming to United before the 7th of June. I actually think you're right there. Our midfield next season will be Edison, Baleba, Mainu, Agati, and the Fletcher twins. Disagree slightly with that. Carlos, good to see you, mate. He says, evening all in Carrick, I trust. Me too. And we'll talk about why in a minute. Daz is in the house. Good to see you, mate. Giles says he doesn't think we'll sell Ugarte this summer because his value has dropped. Doesn't matter. It means it's easier to sell. United won't be stupid with that. Don't worry, Giles. We'll get rid of him. Absolutely will do. Who else is in the house? Steve-O, good to see you, mate. It looks Carpy, good to see you. Brucey, mate, good to see you.
Brucey.
And also Wahaha's in the house. Chappie, good to see you. Legend as always. Moxie, OG, good to see you, bud. I hope you are well. Have I missed anybody else? No, I haven't. Right. So look, let's talk about Michael Carrick because it looks like it's done. I mean, I've been quite what's the word I'm looking for? Consistent in the way I've said that ever since it looked like Champions League was secure, I don't think we were going to go for anybody else. And actually, to caveat that, I don't think I'd want anyone else than Luis Enrique because I don't think there's many better managers out there. Now, when I say better, I don't mean that Carrick is better than an Iraola, a Silva, because he's not as proven in the Premier League, but better for what we need at the moment. Now, Manchester United, Wolfie, look like they're going to do it on a 2-year contract, which to me says they've learned from the Ollie situation. They're just throwing all these years at him. I think it looks better on the club doing it that way. Now, Carrick's done okay, mate, and I know it's 1 game a week. That's due to the mess that Amorim left. But what are your thoughts? Are you thinking it's a ridiculous appointment? Should they have tried to go big and got someone else, or would you have gone for an Iraola?
I honestly don't know, mate. Like the easy cop out answer, like I cheekily put in the group chat earlier, was Ollie 2.0 because ex-player came in short-term contract. Did well, got you back into the Champions League, and then we know what happened with Ollie. I don't think Carrick's the same profile as Ollie.
Correct.
I feel like Ollie is. I think Carrick was a better player than Ollie, by the way. But
I agree.
Ollie is, I would say, more a kind of folk hero legend, obviously scoring that late goal against Bryan and what have you. So there's more of a moments connection with Ollie, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I hear it.
Whereas Carrick, for me, he wasn't rooted in Man U. I remember him at West Ham, at Spurs, and so on and so forth. I think I like his demeanor better than Ollie. I think he's very calm on the touchline. He comes across very methodical. He does things. I think he's just simplified things.
Everything. Yeah.
And that, for me, is a sign of a good manager. I liked what he was doing at Borough. Obviously, he couldn't quite get it over the line there. I don't think people should prejudge what he's going to do next season till he does it.
Yeah.
Because, do you know what I mean? It's like, we can all sit here, and I will, once we're on panel shows and stuff, when it's not just me, I will tell you he's Ollie 2.0, and when I need to, and if he messes up. But you look at it and you think, it's a sensible signing because there's too much drama that happens at United.
Yes, facts.
You know what I'm saying? If Forest were United, bro, I'd have to do about 40 videos a day. Yeah. There's too much drama, and I don't think I haven't seen Carrick get any headlines apart from when people are praising like performances and stuff. And that's kind of what United need. I haven't seen any of this player crap coming out. This player's crying over this, and it was too dark to train and what have you. I almost think like at the very least, 2 years is a good length contract for him. He probably survives another 18 months or so, depending on how he does. And then you just move on from him, or you stick with him. So you don't give him like these stupid 5-year contracts on managers. Are the dumbest thing you can do. When you look at the manager's average duration in the Premier League, I think is between 14 and 18 months. So why go for a payout? It's the best job in the world, bro.
I said this.
You crap at your job and get paid out.
Yeah, I said it. I said, if I went to work tomorrow and they said, Dan, your performance has been horrendous. We're gonna sack you. We're gonna give you your full 3 years salary. I'd be like, yeah, sound all right. Off I go. No problem. Don't worry about me. But it's what I like about that comment is you're right. I think Ollie and Carrick are 2 complete separate entities. Now, yes, Carrick was part of the coaching team Ollie had, but what he is for me is such an underrated footballer, Wolfie. He was so underrated.
Classy, man.
Oh, incredible. And I actually like what he's done with his backroom staff. I think Steve Holland's a very, very good appointment. I think it's someone that you can bring in and knows the Premier League, has worked under some top managers and Gareth Southgate, but we won't mention that. But I think they're doing it right. And Ollie was very much, he come in and it was arms around the players. I'm going to make you all feel incredible about yourself. But the problem is in any job you do, you can go into a workplace, you can put your arm around someone and say, you're my number one. I'm gonna, you're my superstar. I'm gonna look after you. Everything's gonna be fine. But when performances start going bad and you have to then pull that person up, which is what happened with Ollie. He had to pull Rashford up. He had to pull Marshall. He had to apologise for what he said about Rashford with the school meals when he said, we should be concentrating on the football. When that happens, you've lost the dressing room. And I don't see any of that from Carrick. Yes, I see that he's got the respect of the players, and that's not always a bad thing. Manchester United players for so long have always had that. They'll put a shift in for so long and then it drops. I think it's different this time because I think some of the players that we were utilising for that have gone. I'm more interested now to see what they do in the transfer window for him, because it looks like United are going to go big this summer. They know that they've got to sort the midfield out. They know they need a new left back. They know they need to strengthen up the squad, not just the 11. So it's going to be intriguing to see what they do. And do you know what? I think Manchester United have tried everything, Wolfie. We've tried ex-legends. We've tried world beaters. We've tried the experience. We've tried Premier League experience in Moyes. They don't seem to get it right. And I think it's a mix of behind the scenes and on the pitch. So it feels different this time with Carrick. And like you said, if it doesn't work in 18 months, off he goes. Off he goes. Then we bring someone else in.
This is the thing that sometimes I don't get with certain fans and things like that. It's like, it doesn't matter if it works or not. You don't have to stick with that manager forever. Do you know what I mean? And give him time and give him this and that. I don't mind managers having time, but it's just there's too much attachment to managers. There's too much emotion as well when it comes to manager in, manager out. Yeah, if I sat here, let's just say I hated Pereira and everything, and I said Pereira out, yeah, and I want him sacked tomorrow, that would everyone be like, why? But if I said I wanted a certain player dropped for a game, that doesn't get that kind of reaction. It's like, why? What's the difference? Manager, this player's not good enough. I want this player sold or whatever. It's weird. There seems to be sometimes the managers too attached, because I think people think that these managers can stay in a club for 5 years. They can do a Fergie, they can do a Cloughie, they can just have a dynasty going on. It doesn't happen anymore.
No, it doesn't.
These managers don't get too attached to them.
Not afforded the time, Wolfie. It's always the way now. Football is such a results-driven sport now, because let's be honest, it's not even about the results. Chelsea are a classic example of that. It's about the money that you can bring in. It's all about the money. Club World Cup, Chelsea made millions and millions off that. So I think, look, a couple of people in the chat, to be fair, I mean, Carl says he's clearly got a strong relationship with the recruitment department as they've recommended him to be the manager. I think that's a key thing. You need to work with that. Anthony, good to see you, mate. I hope you are doing fantastically. I think Ollie is like Casper the Ghost, too friendly. Love that, chappy. What else have we got? Julia says, do you guys do a show together on Fridays? If not, you should consider doing so. We do, but it's on our OnlyFans channel, Julia.
It's post watershed. It's post watershed.
Post watershed. We won't tell them the name that we've got, mate. We won't tell them that.
He's not even lying. There is a name. There
is a name.
Actually, there's going to be a reunion in a couple of weeks' time.
What I will say is, reunites. That's all I'm going to say. Johnny says, to be honest, my biggest issue is that them useless fuckers, Luke Shaw and Mason Mount, better get a nice pay increase because of Champions League football. Yeah, I mean, look, Mason Mount, the news has come out this week that he's going to be training hard. He wants to take his opportunity. Yet you've been here 3 years, mate. Your opportunity's come and gone. The problem that Manchester United have is that because they've put him on so much wages, it's going to be impossible to let the lad go. But
why do we as fans get caught up in the money? If Luke Shaw is getting, I don't know, 200 grand a week and he's going to go up to 250 grand a week, he's already rich.
Yeah, I know.
That 50 grand ain't going to affect you. They're not going to say, right, Luke Shaw, instead of giving you the 50 grand, we're going to split this up over, 20 Man United fans or whatever. I get what you're saying, man, but it's like transfer fees. Like, I'll hear it where, I don't know, who did we sell last year? Alanga. There was Forest fans saying, I wouldn't sell him for 50, but I would for 55. And so I'm like, okay, what difference does it make to you? Do you think your season ticket will come down a bit because they got extra money or something? It's just weird how we got these. And I've always wondered, how do we decide as fans what a value of a player is. Like, what
Oh,
we
mate,
used
that's
to.
hilarious. It's so true. So true, isn't it? Like, you sit there and you go, like Belaber in the summer, I was like, well, I wouldn't pay more than 70 million. Jesus Christ, I had Maz saying, what are you talking about? It's 110, it's 120. To be fair, Isaac from your lot, I'm surprised he's not here tonight, actually, he normally is. He when I said earlier on, this was much before Anderson completely went on that run with the season, doing what he was doing. I was like, well, 70 million. You can't pay 70, he's 90, he's 100. And that's a nice little segue, actually, because look, I've said to a lot of people on here, and I think a lot of the guys in this chat now are pretty much on board with my way of thinking. And I'll bring him up. I'll bring him up. Of course, I've got to bring him up. Wolfie, being a Nottingham Forest fan, and I'm not asking for ITK because I'm not doing that, but as a Forest fan, a Nottingham Forest fan, how much chance is there of him going to Manchester United?
Well, I do speak to Elliot Anderson, and he is a lovely guy. So
I didn't want to do that.
I can exclusively reveal he is joining Manchester United. No, I'm joking.
The chat going, I told you.
No, I'm joking about the join a bit. Honestly, I speak to him. He is such a nice guy, man. Responds to messages and everything like that. He is not ridiculously overrated. It's not one purple patch. He was brilliant last season as well. Elliot Anderson, for me, is nearly a complete midfielder.
Yeah, I agree.
He has his flaws. He needs to learn how to shoot better. He needs to be better with corners or just taken off them completely. Outside of that, everything else is pretty much perfect. So as a player, work ethic, as he's the kind, you know what? He's perfect for what United need on and off the pitch, because you need to be recruiting players without that ego, the freaking social media caring, those PR stunts and everything. He just comes in, he just likes to play football, and then he goes home and does whatever he does at home, goes sees his family and everything else. So humble. What was your question? Sorry, I forgot.
Do you think United will sign him?
Oh, do I think you'll sign him? No, is the honest answer. I think what Forest will try and do with Elliot Anderson is, one, they'll try and keep him.
Of course.
I'm not confident they will, because I think there'll be many suitors. The smart thing for Forest to do with Elliot Anderson is wait until the end of the World Cup. See if England win the World Cup. I think Elliot Anderson will play and shine in that World Cup, on that world stage. He's going to
so much so
increase his value, because it always happens. Remember when Real Madrid bought, what's his name? The Colombian guy.
Oh,
James Rodriguez.
Yeah,
no one had heard of him because he scored that beautiful dink goal. Suddenly he was the greatest, player on the planet. So we know there's hype that comes around. Remember when Liverpool were buying all the Senegalese players back in 2002?
Oh, it was Diouf and
yeah.
Oh, what was the other one?
I can't remember the other one. Someone in the chat. There you go. A little pop quiz for you. Let's see if you're still awake. But Jeremy, there's always these hype players that come out of World Cups, and I think Anderson could be that. Yeah, I'm not saying James Rodriguez wasn't class. I'm just saying that raised his profile. That raised the profile on there. So the reason I don't think you'll get him is because Forest are in no position where they need to sell. And the key thing for this is he's not going to go on strike. He's not going to do an ESAC like we saw last summer.
Yeah,
he's just going to be very calm about it. If Forest say you can't go, or they may have a gentleman's agreement for him to go later, or they may say you can go, but we expect 80 million, 90, whatever it might be. Yeah. He's not going to kick up a fuss. So I don't feel like Forest are under pressure to sell him. And also, Forest have established him as well. This isn't a one-way street. He wasn't getting game time at Newcastle. Newcastle sold him to us for 13 million, net 13 million with the PSR party deal that was going on. So he owes Forest a lot, and, he's repaid us heavily, especially this season. I just think the massive rumors are about Man City.
Yeah,
that's where potentially he ends up. But I think Marinakis may try and do a Gibbs White on him and try and keep him.
Do you know something? RSV put a great comment in, and I'm going to give my take on this, and I'll let you come in, Wolfie. Is Elliot Anderson Roy Keane level when United signed him back in 1993? Now, I'm gonna say this, okay? Roy Keane was good. He was very good at Nottingham Forest. I think when he come to United under Sir Alex Ferguson, he then took on the aura of being his captain, and he took everything on with the club. He was driven. It was the way he was brought up. Now these two, are not the same position. But what I will say is this: I think there is similarities in what they will do. And again, no disrespect, Wolfie, taking that step up, like going to like Champions League consistently with the World Cup. I think there is so much similarities in a game being elevated. Elliot Anderson, like Wolfie said, he was chucked out by Newcastle because of PSR. Newcastle didn't expect him to do this. Please don't think in the chat I'm saying he's the next Roy Keane. What I am saying is that I think he can elevate. I don't think we're anywhere near the peak of his game. I don't think we're anywhere near it. There's another level. Now, obviously, Wolfie, you're a Nottingham Forest fan, and we're similar sort of age. So you'll remember Keno. Do you see the similarities in the fact of a young player joining a club and then pushing themselves and then going on to that next step?
There are slight similarities. I think in terms of work ethic, they're very similar. I think in terms of winning the ball back and the strength on the pitch, they have that. Roy Keane, for me, I was young, man. Like when Roy Keane was playing for Forest, Roy Keane at the time, if I remember rightly, he was even playing in some different positions. Like I think Cloughie played him right wing at some points, and then central, and then
right back. He played all over.
Yeah, it was still finding his feet. Where I think they will differ is the leadership skills. I don't see Anderson developing the leadership skills that Keane developed. I'm not saying Anderson won't have leadership skills, but Keane's leadership skills were next level. I think Anderson will be better going forward than Roy Keane.
Yeah.
But there's similarities in terms of, I'd say their biggest similarity for me is their work ethic and their determination. Okay. Now, Anderson does have a little bit of the red mist in him. Every now and again, I've seen it once or twice this season. It can come up, so he could get rattled. So maybe that's another kind of on the negative side of it. And Roy Keane we know he had a lot about that. So there is, I wouldn't, if I was liking Anderson to a player, Roy Keane wouldn't be the first one that comes to mind. Do you know what I mean? But there's slight parallels you can do. Roy Keane leaving Forest, that's one of my first memories as a kid, and one of the reasons I hate your club.
Hey, come on now. Well, he was going to Blackburn, wasn't he? And then he
And
then he told Kenny Dalglish, I'm going to United, and Dalglish threatened to thump him when he saw him.
Fergie started doing all his dirty
Maxi baby, good to see it. It was Salif Jow, of course it was Salif.
Yeah, that was it. Good memory. Oh, you Googled it. Oh, I was going to give you credit there, man.
Anderson is better for Forest. Oh yeah, of course he is. And Anderson's absolutely one of the top people at Forest. Does Anderson look better? He might actually be because he's a step above the rest of the Forest midfielders. No. I mean, do you not think so, Wolfie? Because he has. I will say this: he's outshone a lot of them this season, hasn't he? But then again, I suppose in the role that he plays, he's probably afforded more of the time to showcase what he does, isn't he?
I think like our midfield for the last 3 or 4 years has been a big bugbearer of mine, but this season it looks a lot more balanced when it's him, Sangare, and Gibbs-White. I'd still say Gibbs-White is outshining Anderson in terms of media hype. Gibbs-White, he's the poster boy of it. On the pitch, I think Anderson's Anderson's contribution is just as important as well. So is he better than Sangare? Yeah, of course he is. But Sangare's not been consistent in the team. He had AFCON. He's had injuries. He's just about coming back. Now he may or may not be in the squad for this weekend. But this is exactly it. It's not several categories. It's every category. Midfielder category, pretty much down to every single one. He leads in it, as Ant would obviously know. So I just think he's brought balance. Losing him worries me more than losing Gibbs-White.
Yeah, I can see it.
I'll tell you some of his traits, and I know we're not doing the Anderson show here, but this guy can pick the ball up on the edge of his own box and calmly hold off a 3-man press and get a ball passed forward.
Did it against us?
Yeah,
he ran the game against us.
Yeah.
Ran the show.
He can then play. So he can play as a 6. He can play as an 8, where he's pulling the strings and playing those balls in between the line. And he's played left wing as well. Like, there's not many positions. And he, as a player, he's always wanted to play a 10. So he can play. I don't know what his strongest position is. I feel like he's an 8, but he's also a very good 6.
Yeah.
So I think if you put him and Mainu as a midfield,
they like each other as well.
I think there's a lot of balance in that. I think you're almost playing a nice double pivot there with those two. It would work really well.
When they played for England together, there was that. He obviously put the Instagram post, and I thought, you get, because I knew what he was doing. It's just to create a buzz, isn't it? But look, we'll see. What I personally think he goes to. I think personally he's off to City. I think there's no way United quite frankly can't afford to just spend their whole summer chasing Anderson, only for him to then come back and say we're off to City. So not for me. But looking towards the game this week, Ben, good to see you, mate. By the way, hope you're well. Anthony says he's had to play 3 or 4 systems this season. To be fair, Managerial, that's absolutely true.
Yeah.
Going on to the game this weekend now, obviously I know you haven't got much to play for in that sense, but what are you expecting from your team this week?
I don't know, bro, because I look at both sides on this game, and I think this is probably the most official beach match out of all of them. You're safely in Champions League. We're safe. We ain't got to rest anyone for Europe because Villa cheated against Spurs. So there's not much to play for. Apart from that, I just hate your club and I want us to win. So maybe I will message Anderson and remind him of that.
Because if I'm any other United fan, bar Cass, I think.
Cass, no. I'll still go at him. The annoying thing is my best mate's a United fan as well, so I have to.
Thanks, Wolfie. I appreciate. I mean, look, we weren't going to tell people on stream. I appreciate that. I needed to hear that.
I used to. Very quick story. Like when I was living in Nottingham, we were flatmates. I used to go. He would come to Forest matches, like live at the City ground. As long as I would go and watch at Riley's, like the United game, if he wasn't going, it's freaking boring, man. They'd be watching there. You guys cheating in the Champions League. We've just played Bradford or something in the Championship, man. It was painful times. But anyway, no, on the game, I think because there's no pressure on either team, what I'm hoping is we see a really good football match. Both teams just wanting to play. So what if the game ends up 4-3, whatever way, yeah? Let's just see a good football game. And under Pereira, we've been playing quite on the front foot, especially on this run we've been in. The only time we didn't do it was against Villa, and obviously let's not talk about that. I think we will rotate, and I would like to see some rotation because I want to see in these next 2 games, I want to see some of the players that hadn't got a run of games playing. So someone like Nets, this left back we've got, who I really like the look of. He's only played the odd game here and there, and he started the last 2 games, and I've liked what I've seen of him. I think this is a good opportunity against this game and the next game to see what he's got so we can start planning in the summer. And I want to see some of the dud players as well, the ones that have annoyed me all season. I would love Pereira just say to them, you got 2 games here. Get out there, show me what you got, or you're gone in the summer kind of thing. Well, obviously you can't say that, but you know what I mean? So like a Dan Ndoye playing, a backward playing, a McAtee, who I've been really disappointed with this season. Just give him that last chance to lose. Give him the 2 games. It doesn't matter win, lose, or draw on them and see what happens. And then from your perspective, I think it's going to be a lot about Casemiro if he's fit. I don't know what his state of play is. Is he?
He's fit. He's ready. Oh,
so, he epitomizes how shameless your fan base is. So he really does. Isn't he the guy whose wife had to remind you lot with a picture of all his trophies when you lot were cussing him down? What was that, like 12 months ago, 18 months ago?
It all come from, it was Ten Hag, because Ten Hag brings in Mount and says, right, I'm going to play Casemiro as the 1-6, and I'm going to let Mount and Fernandes just bomb. And he was always going to get found. But look, Casemiro, I tell you, obviously, I love your little dig there, but Casemiro absolutely for a while he lost himself because he put weight on. He didn't look the same player, and then he come back, and this is the difference between footballers then and footballers now. He had that grit, determination because he's a professional to go, okay, I know what I need to do, I know what I need to change. I ain't going anywhere. I'll wait till the end of my contract. I'm happy here. The kids are settled, and he pushed back, and.
He's probably been your best player this season, mate.
He's my player of the season. I've said this several times. I put him above Bruno for United this season, and it is going to be an emotional game. I want us to win for him. I want him to get a goal on Sunday so bad. It's such a shame, Wolfie, because I kind of feel like in the transition that Manchester United are in the midfield now, You would have, if you bring in these midfielders in, you would have loved a Casemiro to be with them. To guide them, absolutely, because he gets it, and he is unfazed about playing in front of fans that, as you rightfully said, at one time we're saying, he's not for me, he's not good enough. It didn't faze him. He just cracks on, and I think that type of footballer is slowly but surely dying out of the game, Wolfie. I think they're slowly but surely dying out of the game, so it's going to be...
And it tells you, Dan, pace isn't everything. He's not the quickest player, but if you've got the football brain, that's more important than the pace. And I think what ruined him was Amorim's system. I really did. Putting him and Bruno in the two in the middle was suicidal, man. Then you've got no pace. Okay, I'm contradicting myself, but you got to have something there. You're playing Bruno out of position. And this is why I can't say because I hate a club, but I like what Carrick's done. He's gone, right, Bruno, he's not in a two-man midfield. He's a 10. Let's put him back in his position. Let's get Mainu next to Casemiro. It's stuff that we've been discussing for years about how to balance Man U's team. It's blatantly obvious to see. And Carrick just came in and just put the square pegs in the square holes and just made it nice and simple and balanced it up. Even my mate was telling me...
Football's a simple game.
Yeah. Complicated by idiots.
Correct.
I don't know if this is true. I was speaking to my mate earlier on, and he was saying to me that Luke Shaw's on like a 36-game run or something.
He's played every game this season. He's started every game in the Premier League. Now, I have my own theory about that. I've been saying this since the start of the season. World Cup, 100%. I don't think he'll go to it, to be fair, but yeah, look, Casemiro leaves. I think he's done it right. I think he probably could have stayed. If he genuinely wanted to, he could have dropped the wages and stayed. But then at the same time, why should he? You know, he can go off to America, earn a lot of money. He's doing it the way he's leaving on his terms. You know, he said, I'm done. I've done my bit. He's going to get us Champions League. I think he's been fantastic for us this season, Wolfie. I genuinely do.
You know, the other one who's surprised me, bro, is Slabhead. Like, what's happened there?
Surprised me. You know this because we've been on Football's 12th Man for so long together. I have always championed his name. I've said he is not a world-class defender. What he is a defender that you know what you're going to get out of. He brings passion. He has the right mentality, and he's dangerous both sides of the box. You know, both ends of the pitch. You need a goal, you chuck him up there. Chuck him. I think he's been absolutely full of grace this season, and I ain't got a problem with him signing a 1-year contract extension because United can't fix the whole team. So what
I like him because I'll tell you what, when we played you in the first season we came up, Anthony, remember him? He scored, and Maguire went to.
I saw it.
Yeah, that's my all-time biggest TikTok video ever, man. It's on like 2 million views. I was like, cheers, Maguire. He just ghosted him, man.
I'm furious at that, mate. I remember because I went absolutely berserk because I just thought that just epitomised the players we've been signing. Absolute people. Absolutely.
Is he online or you sold him?
No, sold him. Thank God he's gone. Mind you, he's playing champion. Watch United get Betis in the Champions League next season. Watch it.
We played him this season. We drew with him 2-2.
Was he any good?
He scored the equaliser in the 85th minute. You know what? That game was under Ange. That's probably the best half of football I've seen Forest play since we've been back in the Premier League. We were playing like prime Barca, bro, and then we choked with 6 minutes to go. It's such a Forest story, man.
Mustafa's in the house. Says about the armband, he's good, just lacks pace. Yeah, but again, pace isn't everything in the game. If you can read a game, you're okay. He also says Anthony and Dalot scored at the City ground. Was that last? No, it was last season. That was last season. That wasn't this season.
That might have been the season before. We slapped you up last season. I can't remember.
No, you did. You did.
We took 6 points of you last season.
You went 2-1 at our place, and then we got... No, then you went 3-1, then we got one back with Hoyland, I think, if I remember rightly. Look, this is the team I think we're going to put out, Wolfie, to be fair. This is the team I think we'll put out. I think we'll go Lemmy in goal, Dalot, Maguire, Martinez, Shaw, Casemiro, Mainu, Bryan, Fernandez, Cunha, Seska. That's who I think will do. Chat, get your comments in if you think if you disagree. In this game, I'm going to be honest with you. I would absolutely 100% have put Heaven back in. I'm so angry that Heaven was dropped for Martinez. Martinez was shocking against Sunderland. There was ring rust. Should have been sent off for punching Robbie in the back of the head. Heaven, since coming in for his age. I mean, Wolfie, we're talking about a lad we signed for $1 million from Arsenal. He's 19 and he's got a massive future ahead of him. I think he's quality.
Don't say the G word, bro. Please don't say the G word.
What's that?
Generational.
No, I don't. No, I disagree with that word anyway. I hate the word.
All right, good.
I hate the word generational. But what I do think is he's got the minerals in him to go and do stuff. You know, playing Liverpool at 19 years old and just sliding across the pitch, being confident enough to bring the ball out from the back. It's good to see. I personally feel like next season I'll bring him up. Where is he? This guy's got to go. This guy has got to go.
Wait, who the hell's that?
That's De Ligt back in the days when he used to run. If you've
That
seen
does not even look like De Ligt, man. I thought he was more blonde than that.
Mate, I'm telling you, De Ligt, this is a massive L from Manchester United today. They've released that he is now, after 6 months, going for a back operation. What the fuck did we do for 6 months?
The shit.
What the fuck were we doing? What were we doing? Were we giving him a rub down and saying, "Oh, you'll be all right in a week. Give it a week." It's been a waste of time. It's a waste of time, and it's a shame because De Ligt earlier on in the season was decent. He was having a good season.
It's weird how your defensive line has completely changed. I remember, I'm not saying you, just the United fan base in general, fully glazing, what's his name, Yoro, and fully glazing De Ligt. They were like the two must starters and every. What's happened to Yoro, by the way?
Mate, I tell you what it is. I think it's pressure with Yoro. I genuinely think it's pressure. I think everyone, and I like Yoro. I think he's still got time to come around and to learn and to grow. But I think the problem with Yoro that Yoro has now is that Heaven come in as the only fit centre-back, did what he did, and Heaven absolutely has to be above him now. There's so much more to Heaven's game than there is to Yoro. Yoro's been very stop-start at Manchester United. RSV says Ten Hag did so much long-term damage and he'll always be our worst manager post Sir Alex Ferguson. I'm sorry, I think Amorim absolutely.
I think Amorim was what I was going to say.
I think it's got to be Amorim. With regards to the score, Wolfie, what are you saying on Sunday?
Before we do the score thing, right? I see you've sidestepped an issue. I need to talk to you about this guy, man. This chunky guy on the right wing. What's going on with Mbeumo? No, Mbeumo, bro. Like Mbeumo, bro. Like start of the season, he was impressing me, and then probably since did he go AFCON? It must have been after AFCON.
He come back. He was okay after AFCON because he played. He scored against City, scored against Arsenal. Do you know what his problem's been, mate? I'll be honest. If I'm being real,
he looks too chunky.
I don't even think it's that, mate. I think he is quite a stocky guy. I think he's been moved around so much. He's played up top, then he's playing on the right wing, then he's playing across the left. And actually, last week, he must have had an injury against Sunderland because if you're trying to tell me that Amad Diallo deserves to be playing in a Manchester United shirt, the last goal he scored was against you lot, by the way. The last goal
he was offside for, by the way.
No. That was the equaliser. His goal was from outside the box. But
yeah, and there was a player standing in an offside position. Anyway, go on.
I don't get it. So Bryan's gone off the ball. He has. You know, Bryan has. He's
Would you sell Ahmed then?
Sorry?
Would you sell Ahmed?
Yeah, I would, absolutely.
Really?
Absolutely, mate. I think
let me ask you, how much do you think he's worth?
If Garnacho went for 40, he's got to go 50 because he's got a better attitude. And I think he's probably got a better ceiling than Garnacho. And I think Sunderland would be stupid enough with that, we had him here before, let's bring him back.
Yeah, now in the Premier League, yeah, true.
Yeah. So I don't understand how Ahmed's got so much grace from Carrick. That's Carrick's one weakness. He seems to really rate. I mean, look, the Liverpool game brings Ahmad on. Ahmad gives away the first goal. It goes to 2-2. It could have gone anywhere. I personally feel like Ahmad's got one more season to prove what he can do at United. He's 23, 24 this year. He's not a kid. He's got to have better output for me, Wolfie, because there's a young lad in the wings waiting called Shea Lacey. Shea Lacey is quality. I think someone like Ahmad could stunt him. I don't want to see youth players.
Who's this JJ guy that Saeed was talking to me about? JJ something.
Gabriel, mate. He is different gravy.
Generational.
I can't say it. I won't say it. But what I will say, mate, is this. Look, I stop short at people that age calling them generational because we've seen talent at Manchester United. You know, we've seen Ravel Morrison. Sir Alex Ferguson said one of the best gifted players ever. Paul Pogba the first time should have gone on and done something, but for a hissy. Then you have, of course, he who I don't like to name, Mason Greenwood, one of the technically best footballers at his age I've ever seen. Could do it with
next season.
Do you reckon?
Definitely, man.
But then,
you know what? Just remember. Do you remember who was that guy that was called like Aubergine or something?
Overtown.
Yeah, him. He was meant to be the next Ronaldo, man. He was rubbish.
Newcastle was awful, wasn't he?
Oh, did he win Newcastle, didn't he? And Bebe and all that. You've had some crap, mate.
Of course we have. We've had Jemba Cleberson. Jesus Christ.
Bebe, man.
Bebe was a dodgy deal if ever I've seen one. But what I will say is this. JJ Gabriel, I think under Carrick, has got a better chance of doing something with United because Carrick, I think, is the right... He's from good stock. He knows not to just chuck this kid in and go for it. Whereas Manchester United have had so many kids in the past they've done that with. He's still 15, Wolfie. He's still
15. You lot are glazing up a 15-year-old already.
15. This is what I'm saying. We're not. I don't want us to do the Arsenal thing with that, like they did with Damon. We can't. We've got to let this guy.
Yeah, they did it with Wanyeri last season. Where's he gone?
Miles Lewis-Skelly, mate.
Miles Lewis-Skelly. They thought they were going to sell him. Yeah.
So. It'd be interesting to see what he'll go on the tour with them. He'll definitely go on the tour. United have got him. They got Lacey. Chida Obi. Everyone thinks that he's finished. He's not. They've just done the right thing. They brought him back, developing him more in the youth teams as opposed to going, right, let's chuck this 17-year-old lad.
Did you win yesterday?
No, we lost 2-1. Lost 2-1. It is what it is. It is what it is. And Final Boss is right. He did get bullied yesterday. But they knew this is the thing. I think it's the greatest compliment you can pay a player like JJ Gabriel. If they're doing a job on him, it's because of the impact he's had this season. I mean, he's got 22 goals, I think, in the under-18s. Kid's 15. Kid's 50. He's the youngest winner of the Young Player of the Year award at Manchester United. The Academy Award, sorry. Would love to see Bryan have a full season starting a right wing, consistently moved up front. I don't think he can do it all. I absolutely agree. The only African running this show this season is Semenyo. Semenyo's been good. I think.
I don't know. I don't
think he's been as impactful at City as people thought he was going to be. To be fair, good to see you, Joe. I did see you there. Hope you're well. The thing is, JJ could easily get a lot of minutes next season because our club don't want to buy a specialist winger and pretending Dorgu is a winger. So I can see Dorgu not succeeding due to it. JJ Gabriel's a 10. I don't think they'll play him on the wing. He is a 10. I think that's where they'll bring him behind the striker. Look, I appreciate. In fact, actually, before I say this, chat. There is a redirect from this stream. We are going to do the watch along for the Liverpool Villa game, which is on in 9 minutes. So I'm mindful to keep Wolfie any longer because he does want to watch it. What are you going score wise, mate?
1-1.
Oof.
We haven't lost to you for ages, mate. We beat you twice last season. I think we beat you twice the season. I can't remember. No, we went 2-0 up. Someone in the chat remember we went 2-0 up in like 5 minutes again. Was that the season?
3-2. We beat you 3-2. First game of not last.
Oh, you cheated on that one as well. You got Worrell sent off. Was that 2 years ago or 3 years ago?
I think it was Ten Hag. It was the first. It was his second season. It was the second game of his
What
second
were the scores last season then? We beat you. Sorry, the season before. Last season we definitely beat you twice.
Hang on
Season before that, I think Gibbs White scored the winner from the edge of the box at the City ground. I can't remember what happened at Old Trafford. That might have been the 3-2 or the 2-3, whichever way you want to look at it. I can't remember.
The last few results, I'll tell you now. Bloody hell, we don't want to go back to the 30s. Although you definitely would if it was if it meant it helped. So we haven't beat you in the last 3, mate. We beat you in the this is So you beat us 3-2 at Old Trafford. Then you beat us 1-0. I remember that 1-0. That was a Langus.
Oh, that 3-2. Is that when Gibbs White just literally passed it back to Onana?
That's
down
it.
The middle. Oh, it's coming back to me. Man, my memory's getting so bad with football.
But it's all
if you want me to tell you how Collymore scored against you when we beat you 2-1 back in the 90s, it's still fresh in my memory. But The recent stuff, bro. I don't know. Maybe it's ever since I hit 24, it's just starting to
24.
go. You know what I'm saying?
24 hours streaming.
I was 23 last year, and now
Of course
24.
you were, mate. Of course you were. You got to remember, mate. I've met you in person, so I know you're not 23. I'm going to go with. I'm going to be emotional with this. I'm going 2-1 United Cassie to get the winner, just because it's
happy clapper, man.
I'm doing it. I have to.
I guarantee you, Mbuemo's going to score because I said he's fat.
Guarantee this going. Fuck you. The last question.
Guarantee you.
Last question before I let you go.
Go on.
Have the United stand tried to hit you up yet?
Well, Goldbridge asked me if I could do 8 o'clock. That's why I lied to you and said I can do 7 o'clock.
Hey, if that was true, mate, I'm telling you,
but you'd never speak to me again. You'd never speak to me. No, I haven't actually. No, I rejected them. I said I could, but I'm going on the real United stand here. So obviously,
look at this. You beautiful man. Guys, make sure you No, RSV, no. The next one. Oh, wait, no, I didn't read that. What did that say? In your unbiased opinion, would you say all big teams get questionable calls due to their aura? Like Barcelona, Madrid, less degree recent years. No, I think United pay off the refs. But before I die, that truth will come out there. That truth will come out. Now I was talking about the 8-1. That never gets mentioned anywhere. That makes up 50 to 60% of the reason I hate your club. Bro, it was 2-1 at half time. Ollie scored 4. Pierre Van Hooijdonk scored and no one celebrated with him, didn't they? Do you remember?
No, it wasn't that one. It was did Alan, was it Alan Rodgers who scored in that one?
I thought it was Van Hooijdonk.
I can't remember. I'd like that game. I've deleted it. I think it was Alan Rodgers. I don't know. Tank. Someone check. But yeah, that game.
Come on. One more question before we sign off. Would you sell up to the overlap?
Bro, I'd sell to Dan United if he offered me like 3.5 million or whatever it was.
What if I offered you unrivaled friendship for life?
That's priceless, mate. I'm sorry, right? But all these like, oh, I wouldn't do it with all the money. Like, mate, smell the green and then tell me you wouldn't take 3.5. Because all I'd do is start my channel all over again. Like
they've got to have a clause in there though that you can't.
I don't know, whatever the clause is. But yeah,
that's probably why he hasn't got you on there. Gary Neville's gone. Nah, I don't like him. He's a knob.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. No, I've been with the overlap once. I think I've done one thing with them, and then they never had me back.
Imagine that. Chat, this is going to send you over to the stream for the watch along. Thank you, Wolfie, so much for coming on tonight, mate. I know you're a busy
anytime, bro. Anytime.
You're a busy man. Listen, actually, I was going to say, make sure everybody goes and smashes a like and also subscribes, and make sure you are following Wolfie on Forest Fan TV. He is absolutely phenomenal at what he does. He is my Yoda. I am Luke Skywalker. He is Yoda. Guys,
you didn't watch along this weekend?
Sorry,
you didn't watch along on Sunday. Are we playing Sunday?
Of course I am.
All right, I'll send my luck to troll you when we score then.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Well, I'll be putting my phone on silent. I'm not having another deadly. Take care, all. I'll see you all over on the other one. Wolfie, you're a legend. Take care. Dan United.
You're the big guys.
Uta.